What's up, people? Welcome to the Naked Ego podcast. My name is Kasanda Bill. I'm your host.
Edgar, Odhiambo, your co-host.
This is the platform where men and women are willing to strip down their ego and be authentic and vulnerable while they share their stories. Welcome to the podcast, Nepurko.
Mbona ulifikiria?
Did you forget her name?
Did you forget my name? Really?
Yes, I did. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with
For someone you've known for 6 years.
I'm offended.
6
I'm
years.
upset.
Why?
I am offended.
Why? The name came out.
I'm the only
way to
one
go,
with
Bill.
that
No,
name. See, ati ninaitwa Anne.
Way to go, Bill. We're now on a podcast where we piss off our guests.
The name came out. The name came out. Oh, welcome to the podcast.
Nepurko.
So
Jenna.
yeah.
Okay.
So for people who don't know who Nepurko is, kindly, please tell us who you are.
That's who you are.
Mimi nauzanga mimi huwa hoka pale kwa roundabout. Okay, fine. I am a writer, I am a farmer. I ride motorcycles for fun. Ukiniona kwa pikipiki si ati ninafanya biz, I'm just enjoying myself. I also like telling stories, and I'm really excited to be here on this podcast with my one-legged friend.
Welcome to the podcast. You're not excited to be here with Jamlek?
Rojas, you interrupted me. Please stop interrupting me.
You've gone too far, Bill. Chill. Relax.
I'm here to talk about whatever we're going to talk about today with these two idiots, and I'm the third idiot. So, where two or more are gathered in my name, great things will happen.
Great things will happen. I believe great things will happen.
Cool. Welcome to the Naked Ego podcast. You've been a friend. You've been watching. So it's a pleasure to have us to host you here. Feel free. Go with the flow. Enjoy yourself.
Feel at home.
It's a safe space.
Who's home?
It's a
Our
safe
home.
space. It's a
Our
safe
home.
space. So, and today we are going to talk about body image.
Body image.
Jamlek,
What up?
why do we want to talk about body image?
I feel like it's a thing that affects us all. The assumption for me, maybe I'm naive for this, but growing up, I used to only think that body image was a thing that was an experience that women went through. Yeah, so pardon my naivety for that. But of course, I've come to realize that we men are also affected. The difference is that we don't vocalize it as much as women do. Yeah. So that's what I want us to talk about today.
Yeah, and I think also we don't vocalize it as much, and I think we tend to always normalize, especially when it comes to the people, the partner that we are seeing. We tend to normalize how our bodies are in the name of it's not a priority for us.
Men should be.
Yes, men keep saying.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
yes,
I get what you're saying.
A man doesn't need abs. You need to be making money. Yes,
And the show of money is
and also for those who
belly.
have for those also who have a pot belly, they say it's a sign of wealth
and
yes.
Status in your society, in the society, high status in the society.
In the society.
Yeah. So I think we'll dive.
So you can help us define what body image is.
Personally, I believe body image is how you view yourself, how you see yourself.
Yeah.
First of all, physically, and then also just mentally, how you think about yourself as a human being.
Okay.
For me, it's more or less the same thing. But I found that I think personally for Edgar, body image, my view of myself against society and what society thinks. That's what majority of the time I think how I view myself has been based on the influence of what I see on social media. I am influenced. My body image is influenced. But it's slowly changing to, be defined by what I feel is for me and what I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
Also, what my body, I guess, can also achieve.
Yeah.
Yeah, what my body can achieve. It doesn't mean what I see on IG, on YouTube,
Yes.
is what it should be for me. Or maybe,
Do you get a lot of pressure you being a Luo because it's perceived that Luos and Luyas should get good physique with ease?
I've actually never heard of that.
Excuse
You've
me.
never?
I have something to say.
Tell
Okay,
us.
go on.
I've
Okay,
never heard
first
of it.
of all, for men, it's easier to achieve your body goals than it is for women. Because of testosterone.
Depending, okay, sawa, because of
It's science.
science.
I'm not
Science.
just speaking.
Yes.
There's
We're not
science.
just speaking. Yes.
So, like, I feel like there are certain body types that it's easier for them to achieve the kind of body that they want. And then for others, it takes a little bit more work. So
Yeah.
I feel like that heavily influences how you see yourself, how you view yourself.
And okay, who are?
You've just said. man.
Yes. You've never. It's so interesting. You've never come across such.
I've never come across like
Shenanigans.
ati for Jangos or Luyas. You have to. No, I've never. It's there.
Yes.
Oh,
maybe
maybe then I don't hang out with enough Luyas. I don't know.
Do you scare
I don't think
people?
I have enough. I
Do you
don't think I hang out
scare
with
They
enough
don't
Luyas.
talk to you.
they don't talk to
me.
But they don't tell me. I mean, 'cause
Do you
I've-
walk out
I've
with-
some-
do
I've
you
some
walk
good
out with
friends.
headphones?
Yes,
Always.
I'm always with headphones. Most times I work out by myself, but I used to work out. No, wait, but I used to work out with my cousin. Yeah, okay, yeah, and yeah, my cousin used to have a thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to look a certain way. So for you to
Yeah.
look a certain way, it was you have to lift weights. And it's lifting weights. You have to lift weights in certain ways. You can't be in the gym. You can't be seen lifting light weights because then.
Hey, so where are
Yeah.
you supposed to start?
Bro, that guy
Mimi
never
hata
cared.
push up inanishinda.
I actually hope he listens to this, watches this podcast because he never used to care.
For me, when I started working out,
Yeah.
Joe was my
Joe.
first workout partner that I
Yeah.
had. And it kept coming up. Oh, you Luyas have it
you
easy.
Luyas have it easy.
Yeah, because and I used to make him sweat. And so he used to complain a lot, like, yeah, you guys have it
body
easy.
sweat.
And now also with with where the gym that I go
Yeah.
to, Hill Park Hotel, it keeps coming up. Yeah, and you see, you'll keep.
I'm that guy in the
noticing.
gym, man. I headphones. I don't talk to anyone. If it's
Can
I
I
say
tell
hi
you
and I
guys
move
about
on.
my first and last experience
Eh?
at a gym?
Yes.
Wanaume mko na tabia mbaya, man.
Oh, no.
Guys, it was
Oh, no.
just, it was
Oh, no.
absolutely horrific. So I used to work out in the morning before going to Jubo.
Okay.
And it was always packed.
Yeah.
Always.
Sarashawa, man.
And then there's always that one guy who will come and tell you, by the way, I can help you. Like,
Right.
msee, niko tu kwa treadmill. I really don't know what you want. Like, what do you want? Do you want me to do the Jack Sparrow run? What is it? So it was an uncomfortable experience because when you're working out, people can see your body. They
Yeah.
can easily tell what shape you have. And
Yeah.
based on that, now they start treating you a certain kind of way. So one day I worked out. I couldn't work out in the morning, so I said after work I'll go. So I went like from 7 to 9. It was the most peaceful workout ever. And I was so excited and I was so happy. So I switched to evenings. Then one day, one of the guys from the morning found me. I was like, oh my God, wamenifikia. Wase wamekam. Yeah, so like body image for me in that context, I was so uncomfortable with people just approaching me and talking to me. And I'm like, niliambiwa tu nifanye push up. Sijui mbona unakuja kunisumbua msee. So those kinds of scenarios.
I see. It's so interesting. For me, at our gym, sometimes you can see you can see somebody working out day in, day out,
Yeah.
and you keep seeing and watching them do the wrong thing.
Yeah.
You see, you do the wrong thing, and sometimes for me, I take time before I even
that.
approach you.
Yeah.
And because I know there are trainers, and for our gym specifically, every person who joins our gym is given a routine. So everyone is given a routine, and everyone is taken through what they're supposed to do.
Okay.
So sometimes for me, I take time, and it also depends how I relate with your trainer. Yeah. So I just don't want to come off. I don't want to come off cocky.
Yeah.
Kierere.
Kierere.
Yes.
You know it all.
Yes, but sometimes for me, it can ache me if you're doing the wrong thing, and if you're hardworking. Do you get what I mean?
You're hard at work doing
Yes,
the wrong
doing the
thing.
wrong thing. Like if you're a hard worker and you're doing the wrong thing day in, day out, it can. Oh my
But
God.
most times, I had a trainer. So most of these people who are approaching me didn't bother to ascertain that what I was doing is what the trainer said.
I get it.
And then also, like, mumeona nikiambiwa nifanye hivi.
But probably then, I think, for them, it's not necessarily them trying to tell you what to do different. It's more it's a way in to try and talk to you. It's initiation of conversation.
It can go both ways.
And I find that a lot of the time men do this in the gym.
Yes,
a lot of the time. I've
start
seen
a conversation.
I've seen it happen.
So like the easiest thing for me would have been because one guy actually did this. He asked my trainer, do you mind asking her if she can give me her number? Hey, nikasema, okay, maybe this.
It's a different approach.
Did you give him your number?
No.
But that was a different approach. Yeah? But that was a different approach.
But you liked the approach.
It's more polite. Like, at least you respect the fact that I've come to the gym to get something done.
Yeah.
So you're not going to try and interrupt my process because it's very distracting.
It's so interesting. I think people have different they go about it differently at the gym. There are people who when they go to the gym, they just want to go in there and talk. Actually, there are people who network at the gym.
They do. I've seen that happen.
Even me, I've seen that. But for me, I struggle with that. When I go to the gym, it's like I'm going for therapy. It's one-on-one. It's me and the gym, me and this equipment. So I actually play music for the sake of, I don't want to talk to people.
But I'm struggling with a pull-up. I'm about to throw up. I'm not going to want to network. I'm not going to want to talk to you. I am just concentrating on staying alive, guys.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We can't come up with a blanket experience of how it should be at the gym. People go in there for different reasons. I've seen people every day just go to the gym to just chat. They will chat for an hour and they have a timer. They will chat for an hour. After that hour, they'll go shower and off. That's a workout for them.
And they should play golf.
let me do something here. For example, for me, when it comes to bring it back to body image stuff, influence, I told you, for me, it's influence from what I see around. So that is what I've seen on social media. Society-wise is what I see, let's say, if I go to a certain public setting and appreciation or negative commentary about certain body types. And this then sets a standard of this is acceptable, this is not acceptable. And for me, I was a lanky dude growing up, especially in my high school. When I was in primary, I was shorter. I was just a bit chubby, not too chubby, just a bit. And then when I got to Form 2, I started growing much taller and now lankier. And by the time you get to now, I was in the school. I was in St. Mary's, and in St. Mary's, then we were known for not just our musicals, but we were known for rugby. So rugby dudes, them training those makeshift gym in the school, and these guys, you'd see your classmates who get into rugby, let's say in Form 2, Form 1 even. By the time they're getting Form 3, man, their bodies have changed. These guys are buff. There's a way. Then now there's not just buff, but there's also now there's a way they walk now. When you're walking, you have to walk like the waiter, like so that guys see, and there was an element of confidence that came with that. Now, us guys, you are tall, but you are lanky, and you're like, no one really wants to pay attention to you.
There's nothing worth looking
only
at.
Ladies we had in our school were ladies in IB. So a lot of the time, even the guys who are in IB or in rugby, it's you go, you get buff so that you get the female attention. So at the time, I was too intimidated to even join a gym. So I tried, then I get like a week. I'm like, no, it's too much. Get off. But later on in life now, I realized I started working, earning a bit of salary. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me go to the gym. But I went to the gym not for fitness. I would say I didn't go for fitness. I went to the gym to lift weights, then be buff, so that I could fit the standard that society had set at that time. I mean, this has since changed now, which I'll tell you about later, but that's what I did. I got into the gym to grow buff, and it worked. It worked. I went to the gym, I started growing some muscles, some people could notice, and you start getting, more attention. There's more positive commentary. There was also men and women wanting to hang around you a little bit more, want to associate with you and stuff like that. So that's a bit of what my experience has been.
So to add on to that, like the reason I joined the gym in the first place was because I wanted to get a bigger bike, and we all know bigger bikes are heavier, harder to maneuver, harder to handle. So you need to be physically strong to handle it. So that's my main motivation for going to the gym. And then, of course, you also want to see how your body will change and how good you'll look like. And that was the appeal for me.
Now, for me, I wanted attention from the ladies.
There you go.
Yeah. I wanted attention from the ladies.
There you go.
I think that was the motivation to start. And then when I started, my dad gifted me a 1-year gym membership.
Hey.
Is he adopting?
What a guy.
Yeah, he gave me one year gym membership. I was like, holy moly. So actually when I started, I didn't know anything. And prior, growing up until that point, I hated gym. I hated gym because my brother, our firstborn, my late brother, our firstborn, used to work out.
Yeah.
And this guy used to eat like a queen. We are having skuma wiki. The guy is eating fish. we are having sijui kunde. The guy is eating beef. We are sijui having what? The guy is eating like his meal was just special, and he was the only one having special meal. I was like, these gym dudes are just so mean, and they don't care about young guys. So I was like, I didn't like it. Yes, but I saw him working out.
Yeah.
At that time, guys there was no, the rise of gym was not happening at that time.
No.
So guys were working out in groups of people. People would pile up and then create these home gyms. Tumia simiti, weka kwa nini.
Yes.
Those were the common ones. So we'd see pictures of Kina Arnold Schwarzenegger on the wall.
Yeah.
Yes. So dating up until that time when I started working out, then that's when I started falling in love with the gym. I was like, I liked how it felt. And I also liked how my body transitioned. My body transitioned very fast.
Okay.
It was at that time.
Unfair advantage. But continue.
It was at that time when I started adding weight, because I had struggled adding weight for a long time.
Okay.
But then when I went to the gym, that's when the muscles started coming. That's when I started adding weight. That's when I started feeling now confident. Now the confidence was coming in and all that. So... yeah.
Let's take a break, bro.
Let's take a short break.
Yeah.
This is the Naked Ego Podcast. This episode has been brought to you by Bureau Time. Bureau Time designs ergonomic, pioneer, and environmentalist office furniture, which is the biz for attractive, productive, creative and functional working places. Welcome back to the Naked Ego podcast. Jamlek,
Yeah.
take us away.
Yeah, so I want us to talk about how basically body image how our body images have been impacted by society. Society's influence, which either has influenced what we do, what we say, what we are told, how we receive it, and just what the end result of all that is like.
Nepurko, you wanna take it
You
away?
want to chime in?
We are gentlemen.
Ladies first.
Ladies first.
We have set you up there. Ladies first.
Mumeanza na mimi juu mimi ni mfupi. Okay, let me show you. As one of Snow White's most illustrious dwarfs. Okay, how others' perception of me has affected my body image.
Yeah.
I think it stopped when I got to a point where I realized how you choose to see me and what you choose to say about it has absolutely nothing to do with me. It might be a fact or it might not be the truth, but it has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
But up until that point, because I think like my body started changing very early. Like I was probably 9-10 years old when now I finally just got hips and boobs and I was just like, wow, I look different. And then that's when now you become shy, you're hunching over in class, you're trying not to call attention to yourself. But also for a time I was taller than the boys in class and I was so excited.
Wow.
I was one of the tallest girls, I think, up until I was 7 years old.
The brief stint, but it was good.
It was short. I had my 15 minutes of fame. And then watu wakanipita. Because now I have classmates who were with me in primary school who are like 6'4", 6'5". Mi nimeskuma, nimeshikilia 5'3", and proud. Yeah. So there's things people used to say and do and how they used to act towards me that used to really make me question, how I view myself. At that age, when you don't know anything, it's easy to get offended. It's easy to get upset. Before now, you finally start to understand that it's puzzling for you, but it's just as puzzling for the people around you. So sometimes it's nice to extend a bit of grace and compassion, but also it's good to draw a boundary. And, you can always ask the person, please don't say that about me, or I already know, so what do you want to do about it, given that it's my body, not yours? Then eventually, then you get to the impossible beauty standards where, if your hair isn't a certain kind of way, if your skin doesn't look all smooth and fabulous.
You don't have baby hair.
Yeah, kama una baby hair. Hey, your baby hair. Release us from
Lay
the
your
shackles.
edges. Lay your edges.
Hey, friend,
Lay
there's
your
a reason
edges.
I'm wearing a head wrap. It's a bad hair day. So, those impossible beauty standards, if your hair is not straight and long and flowing down your back, you're not beautiful enough. If your body isn't a certain kind of way, if you haven't been to Mexico and come back on a flight,
Yeah.
you're not beautiful. If you don't have the Kim Kardashian body, if you don't have the Beyonce waist,
Yeah.
you're not beautiful. I think basically as an individual woman, I need to learn how to live with my body because it's the only thing I've got. Yeah. There's only so much I can do, and to a certain extent, there's only so much gym I can go, diets, all those things. There's only so much I can do. What I can learn to do is work with the body I have. Unless it's life-threatening. Unless, I don't know. Like, I can't really describe that feeling of I must wake up and run to Kericho and back. I have never had that compulsion, and I'm hoping it never comes.
And also, people go through different things in different seasons. As much as people might be pointing out or you don't have Kim Kardashian waist or the hips,
Yeah.
your mind is probably paying attention to something totally different. And if it's something that is of value to you and your life and your career and your goals, then pay attention to that. You can't just keep listening, because people keep projecting whatever they go through, whatever they feel, whatever they see, whatever is happening in their life, whatever they're telling themselves internal in their psyche. So you can't pay attention and listen to each and every.
But also, but also, like, for women, I feel like our bodies go through the most. From the moment you're born to the moment you die. Like, in between there's give or take 30 or 50 extra kilos for you along your lifetime.
To play with.
I like how you... So, like, things like puberty, like when your body changes. Then when you get pregnant, you know, how you look throughout every stage of the pregnancy. Your body just goes through a lot. After you give birth, there's always this fascination with, you know, snap back. Snap back to what? I just gave birth. Please.
I saw a post today about that, and I was like, wow, the pressures we give ourselves. Somebody I follow posted something to do with they mentioned the period of when they gave birth and blah blah blah. Now I feel confident in the bikini. So I was like, okay, cool, but I'm sure you've been going through so much for that period for you to get to a point where you're now confident to post that picture.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was your journey like? The before, you know,
like what the voices of the society and how it impacts my body image. Like it's been a journey for me. It's been a journey, and I'll try to just throw in examples from different spaces. Right now, I'm on a journey to fatherhood, and
unasaidia kubeba mimba.
I think I would say not literally, but not literally, but I've been part and parcel of the journey from day one.
Okay.
Yeah. When she knew about it, when she broke the news, I didn't want to be the type of man who my decision was final. So I gave her 2 weeks to decide what she wants to do going forward. I gave myself 2 weeks, and then we came back. She had her decision and her reasons. I listened to her. I was like, okay, let's keep the baby. Let's raise the baby. So we are on that journey. I've been part and parcel, and it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. And chances are, if you tell me to have a second born immediately, I'll laugh at you like crazy. I don't want to have another baby anytime soon.
Yeah.
Wait, has she already had the baby?
No, the baby is coming in June.
Next month.
Yeah,
we'll
next
be
month.
birthday mates.
Yes. So it's been quite a journey. And talking about quite a journey, I've watched her transition, having the Kardashian waist, and then she has amazing titties, and then and then her transition to her carrying somebody, and now the titties are now also getting bigger, and now the body is transitioning. She's adding weight. She keeps complaining, oh, my legs are swelling, are swollen.
Can't see her feet.
Yeah, it's been quite a journey. For me, it's a journey because now I have to be part and parcel in that, like, keep reaffirming her, telling her it's a season. It's a season. It's not permanent. Yeah, it's for the sake of the baby.
Okay.
We are doing this for the baby. For me, I keep going to the gym, but I also keep telling her I'm just keeping fit. It's not that don't feel the pressure.
Like you're leaving her behind.
Yes,
kind of thing.
yes. Don't feel like
you get to achieve
gap.
your body
exactly,
goals
and then she
doesn't.
No.
Okay.
So there is that, and then there is also the fact that I've been at my best. There are seasons where I had chiseled abs, perfect abs. And then
that body mengia.
yes, and then I made a mistake of taking a picture and then putting on social media. And then from that picture, there are women who are interested in me.
Yeah.
And then from that interest, it came a thing, and it maybe happened, and then we flirted, and then let's say we happened to have sex.
Yeah.
And then that's what they saw about me.
That's
and
all.
then they went out there, they were so fascinated.
Yes.
And then there was a gap. We never interacted for like a year. And now they saw me again. And now that whatever happened in the past
comes up again.
Yeah, it came alive. And now they
Nakuwa
wanted
Ben
me. And then when they saw me again, I was not as chiseled and as perfect
As you
I
were.
was. And it was something as simple as they throwing a comment, "Oh, Menona. Oh, you're not working
Yeah.
out."
Yeah.
Those
The assumption
yes,
is that you're not doing the thing you used to do.
Exactly.
And because you don't have chiseled up, that means you're not working out.
Exactly. Yeah. So like
Wow.
those
Can
comments.
I ask you a question?
Yes.
So, because I know a bit of your history,
Yeah.
working out, then you had an accident where you lost one of your limbs. How has that impacted? How has others' opinion about you not having that limb impacted how you see yourself and how you feel about yourself?
How has people's opinion about me having a leg? I think for me, not having a leg has not been. It's not been quite a struggle because I've not allowed it to be in my
Yeah.
life.
Okay.
And I don't tend to listen to people a lot.
Yeah.
I think for a long time, I've always been on a solo journey.
Yeah.
So I try to keep it that way. So it hasn't been of great impact, but comments fly in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People say things, and then it weighs you down for a season, for a day, for a month, for a year. Maybe use that as fuel to keep you going to the gym. But obviously, what people said in terms of the perception and how they understood what disability it was and what it meant in their respective life, in
Yeah.
their different spaces, also made me feel like, oh, I need to come out of this.
Okay.
You get it? Like I need to come out of this trouble. Like this is problem.
Yeah.
Especially
You need to go back.
Yeah, I need to go back.
to that.
Yes.
Yeah, so that you're accepted
yes,
again. so
now
people
that
are
I was
happy being around
accepted,
you.
yes.
Yeah. I get it.
Apart from I just wanting to go to the gym and working out and looking good, some of it was the fact that I didn't want to be that person, and I didn't like what people referred to me when I was that fat, chubby guy on a wheelchair. I
Yeah.
couldn't even stand.
Yeah.
I couldn't even sit properly. I was breathing like a pig.
Isiagi.
Yes. So, but some of the fuel came from that experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, another thing is something as simple as you also just trying to keep up with your best self, that best picture that you took when you had the best abs.
Yo,
Yes.
yeah.
And I think for me,
it's
it's always been that. Like you keep, and it's so funny. Like you can't maintain that best body for a long time. It comes and goes, and
Okay.
sometimes you might never ever get to as best as you've ever been,
That's true.
and you'll just keep chasing and chasing. So for me, listening to all these voices and voices from the society,
Yeah.
the people close to me, myself, it just keeps pushing and make me transition. But I've learned one thing along the way. I need to set the standards for myself.
Yeah.
I need to understand how much I can invest into whatever I want to invest in terms of being my best self.
Okay.
And how much do I have in terms of resources and the will to push and get to that level.
Okay.
So that's what with that journey, here is where I am. I'm just paying attention to the resources. If people say, okay, umenona, oh, umekonda, I'll listen to it, I'll giggle, I'll laugh at the comment, but I maybe in that moment it will get to me.
Yeah.
But a few minutes later, when the sense of reason checks in, I'll always try to tell myself, we are not trying to do whatever Jamlek is trying to say.
Okay.
We have our own goal, we have our own journey.
There's a lot you said that I'm just like, wow, this has been me, my experience.
Kunywa maji
bado. Like just me, my experience, and I mean, body image for me, my transition has been when I was much younger. I was a kid. I was short, a bit chubby. Then, just like I told you guys, in high school, started growing taller, becoming lankier, and now there was the set. Then I started coming into terms with, oh wait, it's not just me. There's something going on around me, which is if you don't look like that guy, if you don't look like that rugby player, then you're not it.
They were preset standards.
And I first met that in my high school. Yeah. And then now when I got to IB, it was a thing for now it's not just amongst the boys, there's the boys and the girls. But I didn't have the resources to go to a gym at the time. So that was out of the question. Yeah. And then I was a fairly very active guy. So there's no way, even with the way I was eating, I was going to add a little bit of any amount of weight. I was a very active guy. So I used to burn through what I used to eat. My metabolism was way up there, you know. Then did uni now, because my activity slowed down. Yeah. So what I was eating was now showing in my body. So guys, small comments like, oh, you started getting your cheeks are starting to get fuller. We can see a bit of flesh around your those type of things, you know. Then you have things like, oh, you're starting to get a bit fuller in your body and stuff like that. So I'm like, oh, now is when it's like I'm being noticed, you know, kind of thing. But again,
because you look like Grim from The Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Wow. I think we need to end this podcast. Shut this shit down. They have no respect here. Yes, I started getting my body started now. I think what I was eating was showing on my body. And then and this was just towards the end of campus.
Yeah.
So when I started working, the little money that I had, I was earning as a salary. I put part of it into a gym membership, and the main aim, honestly, was just to go there, get buff, so that now this little attention that I sort of was getting from ladies, especially, could grow. You know, and now this is the thing. For me, I was very shy, so I'll take it. I was very shy, so whenever the lady or ladies would invite the conversation, then that was easier for me. I was not that arrogant guy who grew buff and was like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
No, I was not that guy. I even if I grew buff, I still could not do it. I still couldn't do it. So if would make a comment, then that would invite the conversation. But I would not take the conversation.
Basically, you weren't making the first move.
No, I was
very shy.
I was a very shy guy, so it was very difficult for me to do. And I think also, as much as I was growing muscles, I still didn't think I was at par, because I used to see, you go to the gym, you see certain pictures.
Yeah.
You start going online, you see certain pictures of guys. And now you don't know someone's journey is different from yours.
Yes.
Someone telling you maybe they've been in the gym 5 years.
15.
I've just done 2 weeks. There's no way in 2 weeks I'll be like a guy who's been there 5 years. I'll never compare. But I didn't have that. So also, I can say that there was a lot of impatience on my side. I've gone to the gym 1 week, bro. Something needs to start showing. So I was trying to rush the process. Yeah. Which wasn't good.
I think we all do.
Yes. And then it was.
Wait, what? Rush the process?
Yes.
Yeah. You want to look a certain way, and you want to look a certain way today, tomorrow.
I beg to differ, because. Okay, also for me, my motivation for working out was completely different. It had nothing to do with how other people see my body. But the vanity was creeping in, because najiona, you take the picture at the beginning, and then 2 weeks later, and then a month later, and then 3 months later, and you're like, wow, I have gains now. I can dress how I want. But also with women, there's the danger of that, because we live in the wilderness. That is how I'll describe Nairobi.
Okay.
Because I can be dressed like this, I'm fully covered. Nimevaa mpaka hapa, friend.
Yeah.
But somehow, somewhere, I will still be catcalled. or somehow, somewhere, like there's a day we were walking with a friend of mine, the stretch between the Total at Adams going down to Greenhouse. So we're just walking, there are guys on bodas, there are guys selling stuff by the roadside. Within like 2 minutes of starting that walk, he got uncomfortable. I'm like, is how?
Your friend now.
Yeah, he got uncomfortable on my behalf.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
I'm like, Kwani, what's up? Is this how it is for you every single day? And I'm not saying there's anything special about my body, but there's a certain way men feel entitled to women's bodies and how they express themselves around women. It doesn't even matter how your body looks like. You can be wearing, you can be wearing a sack.
But
and
still
still
find something to say.
Yeah.
They'll find something to say.
Yes.
And if you don't respond positively, now it becomes hata kwenda huko hata
Yes,
usiku na
they
kuongelesha.
start
Now
body
it
shaming you
becomes like a session for bullying.
Yeah.
Because there's a day I was walking in Ngong. I was walking near home. I was going to the shop. So I'm walking and I can see this clearly very drunk guy on the other side of the road. He's walking with his friends. Then he starts talking to me from Nauko far. I'm just like, leo ni ile day. So now you start picking a face to wear because even you have no time for nonsense. So unaeka sura ya kazi. We usiponiongelesha nita. I just looked at him. Then he was almost run over by a car. And I bless whoever was driving that car because I just niliendelea. Because I was just like, man, I don't know how I would have coped because he was significantly bigger than me. Yeah. Everyone on this planet is significantly bigger than me. So it was not going to end well. I was either going to be manhandled and he was with his friends. So you see, when people are in a group like that, it's really hard to predict how it's going to go because they influence one another. His friends were just looking at him, not doing anything. Bestenu amelewa, he's busy harassing someone, but you don't want to stop him. So I think there's also that side of it about body image. Like you might see yourself a certain way, you might be decently dressed, but for some reason people decide that you're not.
Yeah.
Hey, now you've said what you've said. I can remember incidences where I've been her friend in that sort of way whereby you're walking with your female friends, sometimes even my sister, and it's my sister is tall, and then there's the way her body looks, and again, regardless of whether you've covered up or not, men will look. Now, at least what I thank God for is I am aware of that sort of situation. A lot of men are just very oblivious. They just like, just don't pay attention to them. But it's not as easy as that. For them, these are things that is being dealt with on a daily basis.
Yes, it's not a momentary
It's not a momentary thing. Like, it's just a one-off. It's a daily thing. So, I'm glad that I'm aware of it. So, I think what I tend to try and do is create distractions. Or, if there are those strangers who are looking at someone you're walking next to in a certain way, it's you collect their even me I can see you seeing what you're seeing, and you can tell immediately that when you locked eyes, they're like, oh yeah, they know that what they're doing is it's a thing they're not meant to do. I look at instances where, like, for me, it's the obvious commentary where for a long time I was known as the guy who started going to the gym, grew muscles. Yeah, great.
Muscles.
I had that good rep, But then got to a time when things were a bit difficult in my life, and I wasn't able to keep up with working out regularly. I wasn't able to keep up with the meals that I was meant to be taking to, maintain a certain body size.
Yeah.
So my exercise routine sort of just fell off. And rather than, I think, guys coming from a place of compassion and concern, even if you're concerned, there's a way to show it rather than negative commentary. And that's what I used to get a lot. It's, hey, squeezy umekonda, squeezy. You're trying to go back to your lanky side. Or it's that thing for, meet my friend Edgar. Hey man, this guy back in the day used to be lanky. Squeezy now he has muscles. So I'm like, it doesn't need to go. Just my name is Edgar. I don't want to be identified as anything else, but other than this
Edgar
is me.
muscles.
Edgar muscles, you know. But now it's like, oh, Edgar used to have muscles, and now he's he doesn't have those muscles anymore. But also nice for me, like that made me feel some type of way. I didn't know how to respond to it because I've never been prepared to deal with it, and then also I didn't know who to tell this was happening. You know, I didn't know who to tell. For them to be like, okay, Edgar, when someone tells you this is how we can prepare you, sort of thing. I wish I was able to do. Now I think I'm better off. It still stings, but it doesn't sting as long as it used to.
Yeah.
You know? Okay. Yeah. So fitness has changed for me. Fitness for me is no longer about being buff. There's a lot I'm doing. And with the type of program that I have, I am certain about the type of body type I will achieve. You know? And now I have to be okay with that. Regardless of someone coming to give me commentary of squeeze umekonda. Another one is, kwani squeeze went to gym? So I'm like, okay, let's say let's say I'm not going to the gym. Then so what's next? If I'm not going to the gym, what next?
Yeah.
You know? Because I get that a lot.
Kulipia membership. Like,
propose, send me M-Pesa. My line is open, Bana. My line is open.
So I have
PayPal,
I have something to say about people who make those comments.
We can take our break.
After.
Yeah. No, say.
So like we all have that one aunt who finds you at the buffet. Bado unakula.
Yeah.
Na siku hizi unafanyanga nini? Umenona, siweke shape.
Anti-Warura show.
Guy, Anti-Warura show.
Anti-Warura show.
Those are the wildest women I've ever met in my life.
Those ones.
But here's my thing. If it's something I can't change in 5 minutes, si ati ni makeup nitapanguza, si ati ni wig nitatoa. You know, it's my body as it is. Why would you talk about it and make me feel bad about it? You don't know my journey. You don't know what's been going on in my life. Probably I have a hormonal issue. That's why I'm gaining weight. You know, probably, like you said, times are tough. I can't work out as I used to. And, you know, body weight workouts are different. They don't achieve the same results as, you know, using equipment.
They don't. Yeah.
So, like, I keep telling people, if you're going to say something to me, please be prepared for what I'm going to say in response.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to talk shit, just
be
understand there.
Kuna
hanani na come. I will leave you looking for tissue. Because what the hell?
Yeah.
I mean, I have so much to do. You know, the extra roll around my tummy is the least of my worries.
Yeah.
And if you make it your problem, that's on you. Then maybe you don't associate with me. It's fine.
That's your problem.
Yeah.
I like what you've said. There's so much that we, especially during our adulthood, there is so much that we need to do. There is so much that calls for our time.
Yeah.
There is so much that calls for our resources.
Yeah.
Than the tummies that people keep talking about. And with that, let's take a short break.